Over the decades, thousands of comic book issues have hit the newsstand, but only a few of them can claim to be the champion of their eras. Here's one of them. This is Amazing Fantasy number 15. The history of comic books can be categorized into 5 ages. In this video, you'll learn about the most valuable book in each one. In addition, I'll crown the overall champion, the one book that stands above all others. For each one of these books, I'll provide a brief description, tell you how many are on CGC census, what the entry-level price is, and the highest amount ever paid for a copy. In addition, if you want to find out more about the book, you can check out more details in the description box. I can already tell that this video is going to be controversial. Some folks are going to like my picks for the champions of each age. Some folks won't. If you like my picks or you don't like my picks, please let me know in the comment box. Here we go in reverse chronological order. This era was the most hotly contested. I looked across many different books. I decided to not include variants, by the way. And my apologies to Walking Dead fans. Walking Dead number 1 was this close to being named champion. Ultimately, I went with Amazing Spider-Man number 300. That's the first full appearance of Venom. Just over 26,000 copies can be found on the CGC census. An entry-level copy goes for $200 to $300, and the most ever paid was back in 2017 for a 9.9 copy, and it was $13,500. In June of 2021, a 9.8 copy of Marvel Spotlight number 5 sold for a blistering $264,000, which is the most money ever spent for a Bronze Age comic book. This, of course, is the first appearance of Ghost Rider. Is it the champion? Not so fast, Skullhead. It's a complicated decision. We'll need to go to the judges' scorecards. While Marvel Spotlight number 5 clearly has the highest price for a 9.8, if you look at the other grades, this mystery book clearly outperforms grade by grade. And that other book is none other than Hulk 181. It's the first full appearance of Wolverine. There are almost 15,000 copies on census. An entry-level book will set you back about $1,500, and the most money ever paid was $150,000 back in 2011 for a 9.9 copy. The second coming of superheroes was ushered in by Showcase Comics number 4, the first appearance of Silver Age Flash. While a valuable book, Flash does not finish first in this race. The champion is Amazing Fantasy number 15, the first appearance of Spider-Man. There are nearly 3,500 copies on census. An entry-level book will put you back $10,000 to $15,000, and the most money ever paid was back in 2011 for a 9.6 copy, and $1.1 million changed hands. I do feel like a champion with this book in my hands. Turning back the dial of history, we go into the golden age of comic books. This time, the book that leads off the age is also the most valuable. It's Action Comics number 1, the first appearance of Superman. There are only 73 copies on census. An entry-level book will cost you about $200,000, and the most money ever paid was $3.25 million for an 8.5 copy back in April of 2021. Let me show you my copy of Action 1. Oh yeah, I don't have a copy. Lord, I don't ask for much, but... Now we're at the earliest age, Platinum, and the champion is Detective Comics number 1 from 1937. This is the book that kicked off Detective Comics, the series that DC Comics is named after. There are only 35 copies on census. This book is incredibly rare, especially in high grade, and it's hard to estimate how much a book would go for. My guess is an entry-level copy would be about $10,000. The most money ever spent for a book was way back in 2005 for a 6.0, and it was $45,000. Now it's time for the big decision. We've heard about all the champions of each grade. Which one is the grand champion? If you were paying attention, it's got to be Action Comics number 1. That copy selling for $3.25 million is so much more than the next highest book. Hold on, everyone. We have a major story developing. There's a book out there that can threaten Action Comics number 1. At the time of this recording, Heritage Auctions has a book, Amazing Fantasy number 15, in a 9.6 condition that is currently sitting at $2.5 million. The final hammer doesn't drop until almost 2 weeks from now. Can this book exceed the $3.25 million that Action 1 achieved just a few months ago? Stay tuned and I'll update you very soon on this developing story. What do you think about my picks? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments section. If you like this content, please check out my channel's highlight reel, or better yet, subscribe. Thanks so much for hanging with me and hope to see you around real soon.